Kirk, can you start off talking to us about how you got your start in the oil and gas industry?
Sure, that's a good question. I grew up in Washington, D.C., so pretty far away from the oil fields. I graduated from the University of Texas in 2007. After graduation, went to New York for 5 years. 2010, joined a private equity firm called Metalmark Capital. And I think that the fact that I went to UT, they thought I must be the oil and gas guy. And so I first got my start in 2010 as a private equity associate working, covering the industry.
Interesting there. Talk to us a little bit about that path that you've taken to get to where you are today.
Sure. So graduated 2007. My first job out of school was at Bear Stearns. So that lasted about 10 months before the recession hit. It lateraled to another M&A shop called Greenhill before I made my way to Metalmark Capital. At Metalmark, one of their investments at the time was with Jones Energy, their biggest investment in that fund. So that's how I met Johnny Jones and the full team. Left Metalmark in 2012 to join Jones Energy full-time in Austin.
Kirk, can you talk to us about any advice you may have for younger professionals trying to find their way?
Sure. I think, especially in a business like oil and gas, it's very technical. I think a lot of folks spend most of their time focusing on their technical skills, but I think communication is equally as important. Be able to present some complicated ideas in a clear, concise manner is what really can separate junior people from other folks.
Good advice there. What about any challenges that you faced in your career? Can you talk to us about how you overcame that as well?
Sure. So Jones Energy went through a comprehensive Chapter 11 restructuring early this year, and during the time there were quite a few nervous employees, vendors, teammates, etc. And so really, one of my roles was to make sure the business was running smoothly in the midst of all that uncertainty. And really just helping the organization stay focused, making sure we focus on our day-to-day stuff, and without allowing some of the outside noises impact our ability to operate a normal company.
With that being said, what about work-life balance? Do you have any tips there? That's no doubt, that's $1 million question, yeah, right? But that's no doubt a very trying time you went through, but even just talking about the day-to-day.
It's a dynamic business, and certainly at times it feels like it's 24/7. And so I would, my advice would be, when you need to plug in, go 100 miles an hour, but recognize that there are times when you don't have to do that, and be able to try to separate yourself if you can. This is important to stay balanced.
What about any technology? Do you have any technology platforms you can pinpoint, or really just the movement of technology as it plays to the industry?
Sure. So one of the big priorities we're putting in this year is a SCADA system throughout all of our wells, which helps with automation, helps us be able to remotely control and remotely monitor some of our wells, as opposed to having to send a person out there every single day. And that's something that the industry has been doing for a while, and we're probably getting to it a little later than we would have hoped. But certainly technology is going to be a driving force in this business, especially as commodity prices stay relatively low.
Well, we appreciate you sharing your story with us, and congratulations on this honor, Kirk.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And for more on honorees like Kirk, you can find that at heartenergy.com.